Welcome back to Road to 2000. We are currently 1863 ELO, which is the highest rating I've ever been in my entire life. Here's our rating journey. Here's our graph at the moment. We are on an insane 8-game winning streak, which you can see in the Excel sheet here. My last game was a few days ago. Prior to that, I hadn't really played a long form game for a month. Let's hop into another game. Okay, opponent is 1787. They start off with the English opening. I don't know exactly how to play against this. I know this is kind of the traditional way. So I guess let's go for that. If I win, I get plus 17. If I lose, I get minus 26. So yeah, my rating right now, guys, it's kind of provisional is what I've been saying the last few episodes because I haven't been playing consistently. So there's going to be a lot of swings. Personally, I think we might lose tonight. We'll see. I'm going to do my best. But yeah, I don't know if I'm quite as good as this rating. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. All right, guys, quick disclaimer. Today's episode is not my favorite ever. The day I recorded this game, I was not feeling very well. I've had health issues, and one of my symptoms is brain fog. And I think it was a little fuzzy the day that I recorded this. So not my best playing, not my best commentating, but there's some hit and miss stuff. And I tried to chop it up and edit it so it's as condensed as possible and as smooth and seamless as possible for you guys to make it tolerable. But if it's feeling like a slog, just you can skip this one, and I'll see you in the next one where I'll try to do better. So that's it. Yeah, I feel like I maybe already messed up because if here, I can't go here, else I kind of get trapped maybe. I don't know. Let's try queen e7. This is kind of nasty once they play d4, and I think this might help to have this pressure on the king like this so that the pawn is pinned. And yeah, today is Friday, September 26th. It might take me a little while to get these episodes out to you guys. I have a little bit of a backlog at the moment. Okay, knight f3. d3 didn't really change anything, so let's just keep developing. Considering these options. Let's play d6. It's the least committal. I can play d5 later. I'm probably going to castle kingside, but not necessarily. Let's try bishop f5 because we might get some sort of tactics here later on. Just general active square for the bishop gives us the option to castle either direction. And we do really want to get off this file now that white is ready to bring the rook over. I think there's no real harm in taking. Let's try bishop e6. I'm not sure what's best here. Yeah, we definitely want to castle to get off this file. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so they're threatening undefended bishop and threatening to pin the queen and win the queen. Can't go here because of fork. If I take, can they go immediately? I can maybe backtrack. They maybe go knight here. I might lose the bishop, but I might lose a piece. I take it back. I don't think I'm losing a piece. Because I just took a bishop, and now I think I come back, and eventually I'll have time to throw in castling, I think. Yeah, I think bishop here. It's definitely sketchy. This is not how I like to play. But yeah, they add another attacker. I think I castle, and then they're going to win this bishop, but that'll put us back even on material. Do we maybe have some No, we don't have in-between moves because this comes with check. So as always, guys, comment down below if you have any questions on the game or if you have any better ideas of any moves I might have missed. So which way do we castle? That's the question. I think the problem is they're eventually going to be able to take and I think double the pawns. So then it'd be kind of juicy to bring a rook on this file. So that's an argument in favor of queenside. But at the same time, their pawns are kind of getting pretty quickly to me here on this side, whereas my pawns are pretty far away. I guess if castles, they have knight takes, just adding pressure on here, which could be uncomfortable. Let's castle queenside, because if I had gone kingside, I think knight takes, and eventually they're going to double these pawns. And I do consider myself a bit of a specialist in opposite side castles games, which are always very attacking. If you guys aren't familiar, that means you haven't watched much of the series, because we've had a lot of these games, and generally white is going to pawn storm on this side and come try to murder me over here. And I'm going to pawn storm white over on this side and come try to murder them over there. And it's usually a race. Whoever gets there first typically wins. Oh, and I didn't realize, so if I move, if takes with the bishop, that would be a fork on the rooks, which is another problem. I can't really leave the queen where it is, because after they take, they're hitting the queen with tempo, and I can't recapture because bishop defends. So we're in a bit of trouble here. Here's where you look for kind of desperados, like could I do something like this and like come and get the queen, or like something, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I think maybe after here we have h6. I think that's probably the move. We need to get some tempos on that. Oh, well, no, because after we go here, the knight is hitting us. So maybe queen f8. Yeah, queen f8, knight takes, h6. Wow. I think that's what we have to play. I can't remember ever playing a move like this. It just doesn't feel natural at all, but seems required. And yeah, I think h6 here is crucial. And then if they back up again, we go g5. We need to get this bishop off of the defense of the knight so that when we recapture, they don't come and fork us. I had a game, I think earlier in the Road to 2000 series, it might have been a different series on the channel, where a move like this was necessary. And I think I missed it at the time. So I guess hopefully we're learning from our mistakes. Although after this, do they maybe even have knight takes? And then if we recapture, they get back on this. But I think we have to go for it though. And I mean, this is risky because it would open up some files. So yeah, and generally with the pawn storm guys, I've said this before, but there's kind of two main goals. Number one is you're trying to like soften up the pawns near the king, but number two is you're trying to open a file so that your rook can come see the king, attack the king. So if they had done that, they would have let me. Oh, but I overlooked that now this knight is, oh man. We can't take the knight though. Dang. Okay, well we do have some initiative here though, you know. So let's see what we can cook up. We have 6:30 on the clock, so a little bit of pressure. Okay, I think we have to activate the queen. So yeah, we're down a piece here, guys, but we need to just kind of go for the throat here. Go for the jugular, as I like to say. If they go here, we just step up. If they go here, they're going to take our bishop. It's fine. We'll just recapture. Knight e4. I mean, I think basically like I need to start getting these pawns rolling. So yeah, I kind of expect knight e4 here. Actually, though, after knight moves, we can maybe take this pawn because we have a lot of pressure. Okay, yeah, knight d5. I think maybe we can take now. Gotta watch out for checks as well, but do we take knight or bishop? Because no, because this comes with a check. So yeah, I don't think knight works. So we have to take with bishop. We can look at that afterwards if that didn't make sense, guys, but I think they could have like removed the defender and then snatched up this knight for free if I'd taken that way. Oh yeah, I guess I would just recapture. Okay, so only down 2 pawns at the moment. There could be some scary sacrifices here at some moment. Like if my rook ever moves away, this pawn is juicy, they can come in. If check, we step over. And yeah, they're maybe threatening this check if I move my knight. And they're gonna come stack. Maybe we cement the knight. It weakens this pawn though, but we don't have to play that right now. We could wait a move. Oof, after that, letting this rook come in, like this queen can't swing over there right now, but like get on this file, some mating threats could be dangerous. Okay, let's send it. I'm a little low on time, so 4 minutes on the clock. I think h5 was also good. I'm not sure which was better. My idea with this was just that like maybe I can defend laterally at some point, but it is double-edged because now they get rook e7 with tempo. So it might not have been the best. And actually, yeah, after I go here, I didn't realize this pawn would be pinned. So definitely this was a mistake by me. May have been a fatal mistake, unfortunately. Oh, and they're going to... I didn't realize that this pawn was going to be free for the taking. Yeah, it's kind of catastrophic here. Oh, and my knight. Oh, wow. And the knight is hanging. So, yeah. Okay. That was a critical blunder by me. Like one of the worst moves I could have played. Okay, let's see if we have any miracles. Okay, let's try queen g8. I considered this check, but yeah, they check me here. King b8 is forced. They're going to scoop this up, but if they do, we trap the bishop, which is my idea. But I mean, this is so sketchy, and like they can eventually get the queen threatening here, and it's no bueno. If they don't take the knight, we probably bring it back, knight c6. We also, okay, this isn't good right now, but we also could sack and get 8 points of material at some moment if it ever becomes necessary. But I mean, after we take this, opens this file, so they're gonna bring this rook over, and yeah, the pain continues. So, but in general with this game, my assessment is I'm just not familiar with the English. So like the whole opening, I was like very uncomfortable. That was a big reason for the position I'm in now, I think. Yeah, they're gonna reroute. Good plan. Maybe knight e6. Attack the rook. We can't really go here because bishop takes pawn. Okay, low on the clock. Let's go knight e6. Attacking the rook. They probably have to come back to e7. They're kind of trapped, sort of, for the moment. They can't take here because we defend. So now probably we push. Can we also push this way, maybe? Well, okay, no, let's push here and then push. That's way better. Some more forcing. So bishop has to move. It's hard for them to get the queen on this diagonal. I mean, they might get some mating threats, but... Oh, okay, they could go here, though. So queen a3. Okay, I mean, we got to just send it. It's not looking great. I could have also maybe considered knight c5 there, but... It's not too late for that move. So yeah, we're just trying to get an open file. This also gives me some much needed breathing room for my queen to escape to a good square. Because yeah, I want to stack. I have less than 2 minutes. Opponent has 9 minutes. Not where you want to be. And they're up a piece. But never give up, guys. You never know. If they don't take, actually, maybe we can also push once more. Maybe not, because then after we recapture... that structure would be a little bit closed, kind of. So yeah, we probably take on g3, but I mean, queen can recapture, and then they're kind of defending everything. Okay, they do recapture. I think we take. Let's make sure there's no forks. No forks or nothing. Looks good. Yeah, this knight and this pawn are like somehow very clutch at keeping this queen off of this diagonal. Off this. Oh, maybe queen b3 here though. Queen b3 I think might just be like game over. If I push, they can sack. They have too many pieces on it. And I can't really block this. They have too much control. Knight c5 doesn't work because they just recapture. After I recapture, this is mate. They remove the defender. I think I have to like give up the rook. They take the rook and then I go like knight d8 so that I hold this pawn. So yeah, I think if they find queen b3, it's just game over. Okay, they go for the more safe option, but they are also x-raying this. This knight is gonna be hanging. I have to stay defending it. I mean, I could take, check. I just don't have that many pieces is the problem. I think we gotta take though. They just have too much pressure. I do get a little bit of initiative. I gotta check. I get to come in and win this pawn, I think. Maybe knight first, then if king up, then we can cock the gun here. Because I want to win this pawn. That way we can like push, and that way we can create space for this knight to get in. Actually, that logic doesn't make sense because we're doing this, but yeah. Let's go knight in. I have 1 minute on the clock. We also have this check. So yeah, next move, probably rook g8, rook hg8. Actually, maybe rook d... Well, it's a question of which pawn you want to save. Yeah, if I were white... Okay. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. Okay, we take, and actually this lets us block the file now, so they can't really double up super easily. Because yeah, if I were white, I would have gone here last move, and then they could have stacked their rooks in like this, but... Oh man, they're looking a little sus in the corner here. Could get like an Arabian mate type thing, but it's not so easy. Okay, so yeah, rook g8 was good, but I think rook f8, I mean, problem with rook g8 is they're just going to bring this rook over. Okay. Yeah, let's kind of close everything down, huh? Okay, let's go rook f5 to assist this, and then we can push again. Additionally, we can stack potentially. And if this bishop ever goes away and we get a rook here, this is a mate. So it's not completely hopeless. Okay, attacking here. Maybe rook c8, just to put some pressure here. I forgot that would be a check. Let's go here. They have check now. Yeah. If I take, they have rook mate. They don't really have a great knight discovery. So they do get a discovered check, which is extremely powerful in chess, but they don't have a good knight move to like win a rook or anything. So somehow surviving by the skin of our teeth. Do you guys feel the tension? I think our opponent's starting to sweat. He knows he's got the win, but he's gotta find it, and it's not so easy. This is probably the simplest, just trade off the rook. But I mean, you gotta watch out for these mating ideas. I don't know. It's not that dangerous because like they can just come here. Let's just create some space for our king to escape. Could also maybe can still go rook f6, just hitting the bishop. I need to watch out for that. I mean, the knight is pinned currently. Oh, in its current spacing, this is kind of fun because I can move the knight away. Okay. Let's go here, and then if they check us with the knight again, then we can go here maybe. Okay. I just gotta move, I think. Yeah, I don't quite have anything here, but... Well, ooh, I can double up, and then they can't take... Don't I want a piece from this? I think I just want a piece. All right, guys, that's why you don't give up. We're still in the fight. I had some serious threats there. And now I think we're almost even in material. They recapture, and then we get this. Now, do I take this? Because they do get a passed pawn, but my king is pretty close, so... Do I take? Or do we try to set up some mating stuff here? Okay, I think we take, and we might be able to get like a draw. King over. We got to stop this pawn. If they push, we come up. Yeah, I think that's a good move. I have to just give them that pawn, I think. Oh, and their king is stuck, which is nice. I probably should have gone... I think rook g7 would have been more accurate there by me. Damn. Yeah, rook g7 might have been the move to draw. Could go here, I could take. I don't know if this is right or not. I think I can get this pawn and still keep both of my pawns, which would be crucial to help fight for the draw. Also, guys, notice how clutch this is. That white's king is just like totally out of the game. Very clutch at the moment. So yeah, they can't really make progress. That makes sense. They give their king some space. I think rook d8 now. I think do we take now? Take, push. We are in time to stop the pawn, but they can use it as a decoy. Could I also run around? I have 20 seconds on the clock. Okay, I think we gotta just take. I think this is a losing, yeah, it's definitely a losing endgame. Yeah, they rightfully walk over with the king. They just leave this pawn. I have to go deal with it. And then they just come and get this guy. So yeah, I mean, they might even take another step over, but... So I'm being a little tricky here. If they do this, we do this. We kind of put them in Zugzwang. But I mean, the winning plan is easy to find even kind of by accident for them. So yeah, I mean, I come get this pawn and... yeah, and pretty easy win for them. I mean, he could definitely resign here at this level. But, you know, sometimes guys do dumb stuff with like 2 pawns. If he only had 1 pawn, well, I don't know. I usually just play it out. Let's let them checkmate me. Just hoping for the miracle stalemate. So, like, if he makes a second queen, like, that's usually not a good thing to do. So if you guys are in this position as white, I would recommend just going like queen here and just using only your queen. Like, get away from your pawn and then just do like a normal like queen checkmate. So like here, if he goes here, it's a stalemate, which is, you know, not impossible. You can also just like just check. If you're in doubt, just check them so that you don't accidentally do it. Okay, promote to queen stalemate. Look at these tricks, guys. Look at these tricks. Promoting to rook is the pro move here, or knight or something. Okay, only move if I have to go here. Good, actually, yeah, good move by them. And yeah, just a quick 1-2 is mate. So actually, is this that might have been mate in 1. All right, guys. Well, we fought the good fight there. You don't win them all, but still, you got to never give up. And let's take a look at this game. So, ooh, I lost like 30 rating points on that or something. I lost a lot. Okay. Yeah, this didn't feel right to me. Just, it felt a little too loose. Like they might have like knight here and stuff. So yeah, okay. It's good to know knight f6 for next time. Okay, queen e7 was not a move. Yeah, knight d5 could have been annoying. Yeah, we're just too vulnerable. So we actually had a game a couple episodes ago in the series where my opponent was stuck with their queen and king in the center. And as a result of that, I was able to open up the file and then create really big problems for them and win that game. And basically that's what happened here, I think. So I think my move order, so I kind of got my queen side, bishop and knight out before my king side. So I kind of delayed castling. I also wasn't sure like which way I wanted to go. And I think that was kind of my downfall here. But that's also because I'm just like not familiar with this opening. All right, guys, and I think I actually kind of glossed over the crucial mistake here, which I didn't realize at the time. But the biggest mistake I think I made here was taking the pawn, which allowed the file to open, allow the e file to open up. I could have instead just backed up the bishop. And now if they take, it's fine. We can recapture with the pawn, and our king and queen are still safe. There's no rook coming to get us anytime soon. The d file is open, but that's fine. Like we can put a rook there or whatever. If they try to push, it doesn't quite work because we can just take. They can't take back. We just have too many pieces. You could take either way here. So that was really, I think, the first like crucial mistake was I didn't consider like, oh, what if I just back up, you know? And I didn't really consider the ramifications of this file opening. So yeah, I mean, castle kingside is what they wanted here, but like, yeah, they take, you can't recapture. Oh, they wanted queen takes. Oh, wow. So yeah, they wanted you to give up all the material here, give up the queen for like some compensation, and you're only down a pawn here, but I don't know. This feels pretty tough to win. So I don't know. I think going queenside makes sense here. Oh yeah, computer like queen f8. So computer also said queen d7 was okay, but I felt like it wasn't after it takes. I guess you can you? No, you can't do this though, because yeah, takes. I don't get how you have compensate. I mean, yeah, the eval bar says we're terrible here. So I think from a human standpoint, you got to go queen f8. They take h6. Okay, but yeah, I guess I end up like not being able to take this knight, which yeah, just kind of messed up my calculation there. But yeah, everything from here made sense. Yeah, I do think f5 was a mistake. I think h5 would have been much better. Yeah, computer says this was good. H5 is just a mistake. It gives them this tempo. So like if I go h5 and then they come in here, I can continue with my plan versus in the game after rook e7, I have to move the queen. Also guys, if I'd gone h5 and they go rook e7, then I have this move rook d7 to basically alleviate all of this pressure. So I can like trade this rook off and I'd be much safer in this position. Oh wow, they wanted me to take there. Okay. Yeah, check. And my opponent, wow, that was the best move. Oh, because yeah, then they save the bishop. So okay, then I save the knight. Yeah, rook back. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think taking there made sense. And this is a time to break kind of the rules sometimes, guys, because like, yes, I'm losing, and yes, I generally want to keep the queens on the board, but white's pressure here, yeah, you can see they missed queen b3, which was what I was calling out in the game. White's pressure here is just so immense. Like the moment they move this knight, like if I don't take their queen right now, I mean, they can like move their knight anywhere and they're threatening mate, and it's very hard for me to stop. So I think it made sense to take also because, okay, yeah, computer like this as well, because we're going to win this pawn one way or another. But they won our pawn, so, you know, okay. And maybe some of you are thinking we could go queen f5 here because it defends the knight. The problem is the power of this discovery, because then white has knight e3 attacking your queen while also threatening mate on b7, and you just can't deal with both of those threats. So you can see the computer saying to just like give up your queen here. So yeah, it's game over if you do this. Well, computer does say, yeah, that was the best move. I guess it protects this pawn, but this is a pretty strong asset for us, you know? So, okay, rook f8, computer liked it. Yeah, this was, I didn't foresee this move by the opponent. This really like solidified everything. I was pretty proud of rook f5 because, yeah, we're going to bring this pawn up, and yeah, we could even get the pawn in here, which could also help with some mating ideas, some threats. They attack us. Yeah, I did consider rook g8, and maybe I should have given it more thought. But I mean, after takes, which way do you got kind of got to the corner? Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I think this move made sense. And yeah, so you see this is another one where you break the rules here, guys. So sometimes, I mean, even if this rook wasn't about to mate us, like they don't have a good discovery. So like oftentimes you'd have to sack the rook for the knight here, but they just don't have a good knight move. They can't like move and then win something. So yeah, king here was the best. This was a great move by them because yeah, they can like liquidate this if they ever need to. Look at that. Creating space makes sense. Best move. Check. Okay. Yeah, we're finding good moves here. I mean, we're really applying the pressure. So if white makes a mistake here, I mean, if they take, we take, we're threatening mate. If they like, I don't know, do something else, like we don't have an immediate mate, but we've got the making, a mate in the makings, you know, like if they go like, let's say like rook over here, I mean, like rook h5, we're threatening mate now, and well, they have their bishop. I don't know, you know, it's we're doing our best, but yeah, look, opponent blundered here, guys. So all of a sudden they gave us a piece, and they thought they were adding an attacker to this, but we have this tactic where we're able to just take this for free, and we're defending our rook. So they traded, we trade. Okay, taking was the best. So the eval says 1.5 for white. So yeah, that's a winning advantage, but not guaranteed, you know? And oh yeah, rook d8 would have been way stronger there, I feel like. Because if we go rook d8, and then they go rook f6, trying to attack and defend, then after we push, they get behind it. And then eventually they're gonna have to leave this pawn, and we can take their pawn. So I think something like that would have been a little bit stronger. Instead, I got the king over, which was also pretty logical. And then here, I think rook g7 would have really helped me out to just defend this and defend my king from checks, and to defend this pawn. Because let's see, what did computer say on rook g7? Okay, they don't love it, but I think it's really strong because. Okay, let's say you do that. I mean, I come up now, and I guess we're kind of just stuck, and white can just kind of march up with their king. They can like do something like this, and eventually just like keep, I don't know, keep marching or something. I don't know. Okay, so they did want us to take, but the problem is then they take. I go here. I mean, their king is still stuck in the corner, which is good in this position. But yeah, I mean, maybe we just like shuffle. Like I don't know. What do they do? Okay, they try and get behind this pawn. Yeah, this might have been the better fight. I can just shuffle. Yeah, this would have been tough to win. I mean, because you kind of have just the rook against the king here. So that would have been a better fight. But we didn't do that. And instead, we took... And yeah, here, okay, computer did say we could go up. The problem is if you do this now, you can never take because after takes, we are too far from the pawn. And if you guys don't know, there's the square trick. So if you are able to move within the square with your king, then you can stop the pawn. In this case, I can't. I'm too far away. So that was my hesitancy in doing that. But computer says that we could go rook f8 here, and basically they can't push because then we take. So our rook is kind of free for the moment, but I don't know. It's a little sketchy, or maybe they should go here. I don't know. But tough endgame. Tough endgame to put up a fight in with a low time on our clock. And here they use the decoy method. The computer says that that was the best move, but yeah, they can just start marching in with the king, and it's GG from there. And from here, guys, if I were white, I would just promote this pawn. Don't promote both, because it's very easy to accidentally stalemate someone with two queens. And even just if this pawn is nearby, it might control a crucial square and get a stalemate. So let's take notes of how sketchily white played this finish here, because okay, in this position, are there stalemates? There's no stalemates. This is almost stalemate, but like here, king over stalemate, king over stalemate, and actually even king c6 here is stalemate, believe it or not, because you're controlling this crucial flight square. So did you guys see that in the game? Would you have maybe played king c6? Because I actually didn't even see that while we were reviewing it. So this is how easy it is to accidentally stalemate your opponent when you start doing some sketchy setups and you start trying to promote second queens and all that. So don't do that. Just use one queen, do like the simple king versus queen checkmate pattern, and you'll be good. Here, if you promote to queen, stalemate. Like, you're just making it super unnecessarily sketchy for yourself. So they did correctly play king over. And I think, is this mate in one? I think it is. Yeah, they have the mate in one here. But so the streak finally ends. The eight game win streak is over, but we keep pushing, we keep fighting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.